All right, matchup draft for Week 17. Any and all of the matchups that catch your eye as we get ready for the games to come. Chris, what do you have?
Well, I'm going to go to the game of the weekend, and that is the Bills-Bengals Monday night. And specifically, what I am really excited to see is Joe Burrow versus McDermott and Leslie Frazier. All right? Burrow is just an absolute assassin in the pocket. I mean, it's you. The Patriots tried to play every zone invented in the history of football in the first half last week, and it's just he just picks it apart. He knows his pass rush isn't great, and he just finds a little hole and boom, boom, boom. The Buffalo loves to play zone defense. That's what they are. They don't really want to play man, and when you play man, you know what's going to happen. He's going deep to Chase or T. Higgins, and he did that. The second New England played man a few times last week, he attacked them like that. So the game plan they have to take some of these short passes in the zone away, I'm very excited to see what they do and what they come up with, because it's a tough task stopping Burrow in this offense in that department.
You know, in a vacuum, I would look at Panthers, Buccaneers 6-9 versus 7-8 and say, who cares? Well, we know what's on the line here because the NFC South is so down this year. I'm going to see the Panthers rushing attack against the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I like it,
defense,
Mike.
because they were spectacular against the Lions. Deontay Foreman and Chuba Hubbard both had over 100 yards. And Sam Darnold kind of quietly interjecting himself into this nutty quarterback carousel in the offseason. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent. I mean, it is wild. It is crazy. And they may end up in the playoffs. And they may propel Steve Wilks into the permanent coaching job, as permanent as it ever is. They've got guys who are coming out now. I think Derek Brown said, we want Steve Wilks to be our coach. And this isn't just a short-term, end-of-season interim job. They've been with him a long time, and they may take him to the playoffs. And their chances of getting there are going to depend on that running game doing what it did against the Lions, or at least something close to it against a better defense on paper in the Buccaneers.
Yeah, it's a better defense. I mean, those two running backs had 100 at halftime, both of them last week, just to describe the butt-whooping they were giving the Detroit Lions in the running game. 100 each at halftime. That's like insanity in the membranity, all right? That is the matchup to watch. And you're right about Sam Darnold. You know, they run the ball. They play man-to-man. DJ Moore, watch him. Terrace Marshall going deep. He puts it on, and then he can run the read option. So they have found their formula, and Steve Wilks always has been. He's one of the best defensive minds in football. He's creative. He's made things simpler for them, and they're playing fast. I wish they had J.C. Horn this weekend. That would have made things real interesting. All right. Well, they got Vinny and the Jets, but we going with Geno versus the Jets in round 2. I'm excited to see that. I mean, both teams are hanging on by a thread for their playoff hopes. They need that. We know it. It's Geno against his old squad, and he's playing a head coach who's playing the Seattle 3 scheme, you know, that was invented up there with Pete Carroll. So dealing with that defense is going to be tough. He's going to be under pressure. I want to see how he handles it and if he can make some plays against them.
I'm actually going to go with Russell Wilson versus Patrick Mahomes round 2, because the last time around, Wilson made it interesting after the Chiefs had the big lead.
I know.
And I don't see the Chiefs showing any sympathy whatsoever. What a bad week it's been for the Broncos. Well, we're going to go make it worse. We're going to do whatever we can to stick it to the Broncos. The Chiefs need to win this one, because if the Bengals can deliver on Monday night, what happens?
Yeah.
Chiefs are back in the spot.
Right.
That they need, the 1 seed. So I just think it'll be fun to watch the Chiefs doing Chiefs things, and maybe Russell Wilson makes it interesting. And if the Chiefs get a chance to do 51-14 like the Rams did to the Broncos, the Chiefs will do it. All right, round 3 of the matchup draft for Week 17. Christopher, what do you have?
Well, I'm going to go to Washington-Cleveland matchup. Washington, of course, huge for them. They need to win to stay alive for the playoffs or keep their 7th seed, intact right now. And I think the thing I'm looking at is just, the Cleveland rushing attack versus that Washington D-line. Browns O-line, Commanders D-line. It's one of the best O-lines in football. Their traditional running game, taking away quarterback runs and all that, is arguably the best in the game with the Dallas Cowboys. And we know the Commanders' D-line and what they are, and this is going to be paramount. Their ability to stop that part of the Cleveland attack will go a long way to them getting the victory here. It is a game where I do think Cleveland's defense could pose some problems for the Washington offense. So the defensive line, which has been the star of the show for them, they need to play really awesome here in Week 17.
I'm trying to find a game we haven't talked about, but let me tell you, there are some games on this weekend's schedule that we just as soon never talk about. Gardner Minshew, I mentioned this earlier. He's one of the various quarterbacks who will be available in free agency. He was a starter for a couple of years with the Jaguars. The Eagles got him for nothing. He's going against the Saints. It's one thing to audition for the league. He's auditioning directly for the Saints.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he be a great alternative to whatever the Saints have right now between Andy Dalton and Jameis Winston? I think Gardner Minshew would be perfect for the Saints. And this is his opportunity to bedevil the Saints and maybe get them to say, hey, we kind of like this guy. Let's put him at the top of our list. So that makes that game a little more compelling to me if Minshew actually plays.
Yeah, I hear you there. And yeah, he's got a chance to be a starter for somebody next year if he plays well down the stretch here.
Makes the game more fun. Hopefully we've made the games a little more fun for you. Thanks for some of your time today.
See ya.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.